Play golf like us. Play golf like us. Play golf like us. Play golf like us. Play golf like us.
Hello. Welcome to the DBoG Show, episode 205 coming at you. I got Boss as always. What's up, Boss?
Can't wait. Love it.
And we got a new captain in the house. We got Darrien, captain of the Provisional Kings. What's up, Darrien?
That's right. How's it going?
Good. So today we're going to talk about the preseason month, how that went. We're about halfway through the first month, so we'll kind of talk about the leaderboard now and how things are going. We'll talk about Austin's rankings are back. For sure. We need to hear the smack talking. We're going to talk about Darrien's team and a little bit of how they got together, who's on the team, and how the pressure is of being the preseason number one. We're also going to talk about the 2v2 Battle of the Buds 2 tournament coming up, and Austin and I's quest to beat everybody 2v2. And so far 1-0, but it's just the beginning. We got some great stuff lined up. First of all, how do you guys think the preseason went? I feel the other teams, it was a great experience for new people, especially to figure out how to use the shit. So, Darrien, how did your team? Because you're brand new to everything this year. So how did it go? Like, did you have to hold hand? Was it pretty easy?
Yeah. So I've used 18 birdies to track rounds previously. I've never used it for like the tournament. So that was a pretty cool feature that I got to use in the app. Shout out 18 birdies for being free. Appreciate that.
Heck yeah. Keep it
But
free.
no, it was a little challenging at first to get, the mechanics of it. But now that we have it, it's pretty easy, even for the tech illiterate people on my team.
Awesome. You had a couple new people too on your team this year, new to the dad bods. Did they have any issues, or was it just a matter of what?
I think most of them have used it before. Walter had used it before, and I think Richardson, was kind of getting used to it. He just didn't know how to start the rounds. I think that was the biggest, the biggest thing that people had to learn is when do I start a round, and when is it different from not starting a round? So that way they're not doing their round when they're playing just normal. So I think that was kind of like the biggest thing for my guys.
Yeah, it looked like, to my surprise too, everyone updated their handicaps properly. Those who didn't have a good 18 birdies handicap overrode it and put the proper one in. So I'm impressed we got that far. And I'm pleased to say 50 out of 52 people got in the preseason round. And the 2 people who didn't were on opposite teams, different teams. So every team got all 12 points in round one. So they all get their preseason points. As a reminder, the top 3-point getters of the month go towards your season-long team average, right? Mm-hmm. Going to see who the contenders are, just looking at that first month, Austin might have, you might have overcooked it in the first month. What the hell, man?
I definitely did.
You were a leader at -7 as a net par, PR 83, was it?
80.
And
Wow.
what have you done since? Like, you just building on that, or did you take a step back, or what's going on?
I mean, I think you can't build on that. I mean, that 83 was the best I've ever played. So I can't really build on that. So yeah, I did take a step back, but still getting better. I shot an 89 yesterday, which I was surprised to even shoot in the 80s again.
All right.
Am I getting better? I think so. But I want to challenge myself and play a little better courses. I've been playing Sauhegan like 10 times. So I got to get out and play better courses to see where I really am at.
Sauhegan's in great shape though. So can't really beat that.
We bagged on Sauhegan last year, so it's only fair that we give them some props this year about how they've improved a lot of their dead areas. Our biggest complaints were the sand traps being rocky, and the fairways were good, but the first cuts and the roughs weren't going all the way out, so it was hard to find grass if you weren't on the fairways, and they've done a great job. Cut down a bunch of trees, got rid of a bunch of pine. The biggest thing, Austin, you brought this up, that they've done to help everything is rope off areas that they want to mature and grow, right? So the carts aren't driving all over. They treat it with respect, and then you start to see the people playing the course treat it with respect and fill in their holes and fix their divots and all that.
And if you can see that they still have a lot more work to do, because they're cutting off trees on that second hole. They got a bunch of X's on a lot of those trees that they're going to cut off. So I think they're going to get better and better.
Well, I'm excited because it's the closest one to us. So I'm excited. If that keeps getting better and better, I'm happier and happier. One of the things I want to do before we kind of move into just talking is get some lessons learned from 18 birdies. And you hit it pretty much, Austin. Like, don't wait till you're on the tee box to figure it out. This is stuff you can start your round while you're in the car. You can start your round while you're at your house, right? Sit down, make sure you have it right. Because if you hadn't done your official round yet, if you hit the wrong button, you will start your official round. So just take your time, make sure it's right, and get your round in when it's time. Otherwise, it's just a mess to try and do it. You know how many calls I'm getting on tee box 1? Right? But man, it's not working. I'm not in it. I can't do this. So that's key. Making sure you get that done before you get there. And the other thing that's key is you're not going to get paid out unless you hit the three things, right? Doing your live round, making sure you're updated your handicap before the round, and then making sure you take a picture of the scorecard with the signature on it or of some sort and playing with a fellow DBoG. If those things are all true and you finish first through fourth, you get paid out. If those things aren't true, then you probably won't get paid out. So it's important that we do all these things correctly. Now to the fun part. Look at the king over here. So let's talk, Darrien. Let's talk a little bit. Oh my goodness. So I know why you're named that. And when you came over for the captain's meeting and we had the simulator up, and I'm still talk to everybody about it, 129 mile an hour club speed, 190 ball speed. Not always the straightest thing I've ever seen. So, 310 yards is 310 yards in a different direction. Maybe provisionals are needed. Is that where we're coming from here? What happened?
Exactly.
Where's the name of it? And let's talk about your team a little bit. Introduce your team.
Yeah. So yeah, we definitely get the name because most of the guys on the team hit the ball pretty far. I'm probably the wildest where, sometimes it's down the middle, sometimes it's in the fairway, sometimes it's in the fairway, 2 fairways over. Love past Conway. But the team makeup. So the best on the team would have to be my dad. He's been playing probably before having me. And he's, I believe, a 6 handicap. So he definitely is the co-captain of the team, especially he's the captain on the course, helps us all out when he's not trash talking us. Then we have Logan, who's one of my best buds. He is, I believe, a 10 handicap. He's a little bit better than me. He's definitely more consistent than me for sure. And then we have Mario on the team, who is just getting as many rounds as he can with my dad. So he's like a sponge, learning so much, and he's improved a lot over the last couple of years.
How long has Mario been playing?
Probably 2 or 3 years now.
Okay, so he's probably in the same realm as Austin and I, where we just started a couple of years ago and got addicted to it now that our bodies gave out and we can't really play hoops like we used to. You'll get there soon.
Like he knew golf
there.
before, but is starting to take it more seriously now.
Yeah, same kind of thing. Absolutely. Yep. And I think you see the 3 little mugs above my head. I don't know how many you have, but there's 3 of them above my head.
I have one around here somewhere.
He definitely has one because I got it with him.
Oh, all right. You're welcome. Austin got you one. Oh, actually,
Yes,
I think
he
you
did.
beat us. Yeah. No, let's not bring this one up. Yeah, I think you guys beat us in the finals on that one. Oh,
Down
anyway,
20, come all the way back to win it. Yep.
so what's your team goals this year as far as like you said, individual is always like just to get better. And then the other thing I think is a little bit unfair that you need to let people know. Unfair is not the right word, but like how serious you guys take this is how do you guys get ramped up for the season? Because I saw what was happening. Just kind of let everyone know about that little trip you guys take to get ramped up.
Yeah. So every year there's about 20 to 24 of us. We go down to Florida, 7 days of golf, 2 rounds each day, except for the first and last day. Pretty golf heavy. And the way that we get ramped up is, we're all competitive. People who want to go down there and compete and play. And it's just a nice brotherhood, a lot of friends and family, and a lot of trash talking. Sometimes more than golf.
It's funny. I was down in the Fort Myers area and didn't realize you were down in Florida until like the 3rd or 4th day I was driven up and tried to hop in with you guys. Let's also talk about everyone thought you were sandbagging after round 1.
Yeah.
So round 1, what'd you shoot? Like an 83 or an 80 or 79? You were in there somewhere.
Yeah. Somewhere, I believe it was low 80s.
And then the very next round.
Was this the round in Florida? Yeah, it was about 100. Probably about a high fever.
Yeah, I just love it's why we watch the PGA and YouTube golf, right? We want to see that everyone can screw up just as much as us, right? So when you're shooting an 80 and then coming around with 100, I'm like, all right. And I got a long way to go to hit that 80, but that 100 anybody can get.
Yep. Fatigue definitely sets in. My swing isn't the most repeatable after second 18. So
right.
There's that.
And you get tired playing back to back, like
especially in the Florida heat.
I can't believe you guys. So when we did our Myrtle trip last year, it was just 12 of us, 8 of us, and we were just exhausted every day. And it wasn't like we were out there just partying and stuff, just playing in the heat, 18 holes.
Yep.
Everyone's everywhere, and just the stress of it all. And then you're just exhausted. I couldn't imagine doing 36 a day. That might kill me.
And you said you do that 3 times?
Yeah, 3 or 4
36
times.
holes for 3 days
Straight.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's
crazy.
I'd run out of gas. You'd probably find
Yeah.
me on like the 4th hole just laying there. I can't move. And you guys walk or ride?
We ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the only
We
way you
ride.
can do it, really.
So as far as the team and like now they're getting into dad bods, I think it took a minute for your dad to figure out what the heck we were actually doing, and more that it's more a community-based golf like support group more than anything, right? A therapy support group with a little bit of a league on the side and some competitiveness, and a lot of people are just looking to play all the time. So now that they've kind of seen it and they kind of understand what we're about, do you see them expanding? Do you see any of them becoming captains and getting their own team next year? Do you see other people
I hope
asking
not.
you about this?
That means I'd have to find 3 other people.
Yeah.
But no, I could definitely see my dad being a captain. That'd be a good rivalry. But right now, he's locked in on the team. We signed him for a couple-year contract.
A 2-year contract?
Yeah,
All right,
yeah, 2 year.
perfect. Are you starting to hear from anyone else about what the hell is this going on, and, how do I get in?
Yeah, a couple people. And, obviously just referring over to the El Presidente.
So some of the things that we have coming up too, you don't have to be in the league to do, but you have to be involved with the dad bods, right? So you can go on the site, become a member for free. That gets you behind the firewall of the member side. If you're looking to find, like fellows looking to play some, week time, morning, afternoon, evening, weekend golf, and you just can't always fill your 4. We also have a forum for that where we really kind of interact. We book a tee time for 4 or 8, and then we just fill the rest. And, just good guys out there just looking to get better at golf. So that's what it's all about. So shifting a little bit now, let's get competitive. Let's start talking about some stuff. So after the first round, everyone kind of sees that where you play kind of matters a little bit. If you play at a very easy course and you play the white tees, you're not going to have a good round, even if you have a good round, because you're losing strokes just walking in the door. Austin, with your group, do you guys talk about where you play strategic wise? What kind of courses do you look for? What, just keep talking about how your team is attacking month to month here.
We haven't really talked about like tees and stuff like that, but we did talk about, how it affects your score and your handicap. Where we play, I try to tell them, I said, pick an easy course, but don't pick a hard course, but don't pick the easiest course, and stay with where you can score. If you pick a hard course and you can't score, what are we doing?
Right.
For instance, you guys asked me, hey, come to Bridgestone. Well, I wouldn't do my round at Bridgestone. I would shoot like 130.
Right.
So like that would be just a disadvantage. So, but I did do my round last month at a place I've never played. So, and it was wide open. And I scored pretty well there, and I actually want to do my round there, to be honest with you, because I had success. So yeah, we have, but we haven't really talked about like, using what tee box, and, it's just all about scoring. You got to score.
Yeah. How about you, Kings, over there?
Yeah, I'd say the opposite. We look for a harder course. We play the tips. I try to get as much advantage as possible.
You guys are playing the tip. I didn't even notice that. So you guys are making sure you mark it for the tips, I hope, when you come in. Okay. All right. Good for you. Yeah.
When you can
we try to
smash
get
it,
that
like
Because
course
you guys
rating
get
up
all
as
the
high as we can.
distance. That's where I really lack, is I can't get out of the box. I don't have distance out of the box. Once that's fine, I could do any of them. But just that extra
I can never become consistent.
500 yards would kill me.
Yeah. But it's also like a mentality thing, because a course that I think is easy could have a higher challenge rating, and a course that I think is challenging could have a lower.
Right. Right. So you guys played Concord this month, right?
Yeah, we played Concord.
Yeah. Talk to me about Concord, because it's funny that you guys played that. I just played with Rush 9, and everyone was kind of talking about that being one of their little favorite courses around here. Obviously, it's private. Yeah. Talk to me about it a little bit.
Yeah. It's a really good course. I'd say older membership, but the wait list is, I think, around 3 years right now, if you wanted to get on that.
Okay.
I'm not a member there. Logan on our team is. He gets us off at the nice courses.
Mm-hmm.
It also helps that he's good at golf, so that's also
people
a plus.
like him to play the course. What's the strength of the course out there? I saw it's a lower handicap. Does that mean it has 1 or 2 less par 5s or par 3s?
I believe
or
it's
a combination?
par 70. Don't quote me on that.
It is. Yeah, that's why I was
okay. Yeah. The front only has. I don't even think the front has a par 5.
Okay, that's where it is. That's where you're losing the front. You don't have the 2 par 5s. Perfect. Yeah. So I was wondering how the greens are.
Fast and fair, I'd say.
So yeah, we did our round at Winnipesaukee, and the greens, like I've been playing greens that are been punched, and Amherst is all sanded, and they just we just played Wyndham was punched about 2 weeks ago. So I've been playing the slowest greens ever, and all of a sudden I go on to Winnie, and those things are like glass. Like my 10-foot putt becomes my 30-foot putt. And so it was the biggest challenge I think I had there. So I probably missed, I know because I was counting them, I missed 6 putts that were within an inch of the cup. I just couldn't finish putts. And it was all just trying to figure out that touch. And so it's wild too. That's one of the things I know I kind of stink at, like fast greens and really smooth greens. So I think I'm going to suggest my team not to play in those type of places for our round. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's a putt or a 300-yard drive, it's a shot, right? And we're losing shots on the greens when they're that tough.
Yeah, and that's where I was losing a lot of my strokes that day.
Yeah, of course. We had the kickoff party. Darrien, you were there. Thank you again, Adam. The barn was incredible, and we had a good turnout.
Yeah, it was.
That's the first usually kickoff DadBot event. The turnout was about 25, which was good. We were hoping for half, and we had close to that. The next event, we better show out, right? So August 22nd, we're doing a barbecue. It's going to be between me and Bama James's backyards. We live next to each other, so we're just going to open it up. The captain who has the most people showing up represent their team, because it's now opened up not just your team, but it's your team, their families, and anyone that you think might be interested in DadBods and a good fit. So the captain who has the most people there from their team represented gets the door prize. I'm hoping to get 100 people here is the goal. So
yeah, be careful what you
the
say.
whole league
Denton
plus
squad might be
people.
rolling up in hundreds.
Yep.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I think Austin and I are exempt from this, I think is what I wanted to say, just because we control the narrative, so we can't like force feed ourselves, and I wouldn't want to give you the door prize anyway, Austin.
Yeah.
So I think our 2 teams are exempt, but the rest out there, so there's 11 other teams out there, come in force and get the prize. So barbecue is going to be Bama James. We're just going to be throwing a bunch of meat on a couple smokers. We're going to have the grills going. We're going to have a bunch of sides, plenty of drinks. The simulator is going to be up and running, so we'll get a couple games going there. But most importantly, we're going to get away from a little bit of golf and just start doing some old-fashioned backyard games, some good bago, some flip cup, some, the old stuff we used to always do, just to kind of get the social up. So yeah, I can't wait for that. So you guys making sure you're spreading the word on the August 22nd, and both of you are in, right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
I'll be there.
All right.
Should be. It's the day after my birthday,
now.
so we'll see.
Plus, even if you're not going, you should just come for the meat. James is a cooker, baby.
Yeah. He's learned some things over the years. That's for sure. Cool. So jumping back into kind of understanding the teams, where we're at and how things are going, Austin, we need to get the update here. Are you ready to give us where do you think we are after a month? Have you gone through the teams and re-updated?
There's going to be some controversy here because what
I
saw on the board, and I'm going by the first month. I did take a peek at where everybody stands right now in this month. But what I saw on the board, I'm going to tell you right now, the golden standard, I eliminated everybody. There's only one golden standard team, and you guys know who that is. It's the back 9 boys. Because the back 9 boys had 4 guys in the top 12. They had 3 guys in the top 5. Okay. And they had 2 guys in the top 2. Okay. So the golden standards is now them. They hold the standard. They're showing out. I took everybody that, Dukes of Hazzard. I'll give you guys credit. I put you guys on the rise. I actually put you guys in the contender spot because you had 3, you had a 3rd and a 5th placer, you had Banksy and your father-in-law. So I took all the guys that were contenders, moved them down. On the rise, I did put the 3-putt Pirates. Corey Fillion's kind of carrying his team. But they need to get more out of their players. I think they had 2 guys also in the top 12. The Prove It group, I put Grip It and Rip It, no one in the top 10. Team Bag, no one in the top 10. Next Gen Nukes had 1 guy, I think he was in the top 10 or top 12. Happened to be Reese. He might have been 12. Carolina Pine Shafts, I don't even know if they played. They had no one in the top 10. I don't even think in the top 12, top 15. Ready Golf, Andrew Hall, he can only do so much. Can't play by himself. You got to get someone out there with him. Check the Hole, same idea. Mitch can't play by himself. He's in top 5. You got to get people to help him out. The Thick Hawks, who I had as a golden standard team, I'm backing that way up. Okay.
Yeah.
I got him down as they got to prove it to me. Dan Prisco didn't even show up. Don't know where he was. I think he was maybe, 8 or 9. I didn't put it down, but he was not where I thought he was going to be.
I assume he's
So
going
I
to do his
backed them
round
up
Saturday with us, so we'll see it
to prove it.
live.
Peaches and Cream. How do we say his name? He was the only one that showed up for his team. The Swing Dogs, I had you guys up there as high as possible. You guys were number 1 on the Golden Standards. I got question mark. I wrote down question mark. Where were you? Like, did you guys
Where's
just say,
the
hey, we're just
commitment?
going to play?
One of them didn't even play, right? Where's the commitment?
So I just didn't know where, I had them as like such a high level. I didn't show up, Provisional Kings, Logan, you guys got to help Logan out. I think he finished 3rd. You got to help him out. He's a golfer at a country club now. I know that, but you guys got to step up. I think I had you guys either 1 or 2. It was you and Swing Docs, and you guys kind of let me down. So now you guys are in the Prove It group. You guys are going to have to step it up this week.
They're doing good this month. They
are. I took
all
a
I gotta say is 1 point doesn't make a pattern.
Did see Mario at a -2. He's at
second right now.
He's in second right now, tied with second with Shane Poulin, who is a thick hawk, who he stepped it up. So I don't really want to. I'm just going off of last month. Corey Fillion, of course, again is -6.
Round of his life. Round of his life. Finally implemented a driver.
So I mean, really, some of these guys just got to step up. You golfers that are actual golfers need to step up and start scoring. I shouldn't be leading the pack.
More.
For sure, you shouldn't be. Was there anything controversial in there, Darrien? Anyone you think is better than he's saying? You got to remember, it's against handicap. So what you got to do
that's
is
the tough part.
It's the people that are grinding and they're working on their game are the ones that are going to rise to the top. Those who just get their rounds in.
Yep.
And there's a couple of them. They're going to be at the bottom.
I'm also I have a category. It's called Denton's Dark Horse. I don't have one yet. I'm still searching for a Denton's Dark Horse team to make it through. But hey, we're only 1 month in. I just wanted to share my thoughts, what I thought about the first month.
Yeah, I agree. First month in, still getting the feel of the lay of the land. And like you said, it's different than playing, your buddies straight up. There are handicaps that come into play. We're working around that.
The great equalizer. Some people hate the system. I love the system because it allows people like me to play with people like you, Darrien. So it's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. Speaking of head-to-head and a little bit of competition, we have set the date for the Battle of the Bods 2. So last year, I think it was Raza and Eric that took home the championship for the Battle of the Bods 1. So Battle of the Bods 2 will be June 1st. Location, we're working on it. Hopefully we'll have that down today. Price, we'll have that after we get the location when they tell us how much it'll be. We run it at cost, so it's going to be prizes and cart fees and everything's going to be kind of included, plus the entertainment and everything we're doing with it. So we're going to make it a good, fun time. 2, scramble. We're going to have to do it on your score. We can't do match play. We're gonna have to do stroke play, obviously. One thing I want to talk to everyone about right now, and we kind of talked about it in the pregame here, is there's 2v2. You pick your own teammate. I don't want to kind of have to rebalance teams. I want you to play with who you want to play, and I want you to have fun with it. The whole purpose is you and your bud are going to take on everybody and kick their ass, right? So I think we need to have a bit of a handicap system because, for instance, myself and whoever I'm with are screwed if I'm playing against Darrien and his dad right off the bat. So thoughts on how we might get some equality? I'll give it to you first, Darrien, actually, if you don't mind, Austin. Get the new guy's perspective.
Why don't you go to Austin first? Let me think about it.
I'll take it. I think we should put all the names on the big board, and if there's anyone can chime in. But we kind of make it like a live thing where, hey, Matt and Joe are playing together. Matt and Joe are both 25 handicaps. Put them on the big board. We decide what their handicap should be. And we discuss it. Boom, we put it down on the board. And I think we have like a discussion about it. So that way everyone has a chance to say, hey, they're not a 25 handicap. Or, hey, with them combined, they could be a 17. And we kind of give them what we think that it could be. That way it makes it fair kind of for everybody. And we do that for everybody.
Can we bookend though if we do that? Like number 1 team is 0, obviously, but the highest you can get is X points and kind of bookend it.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't want to have the conversation and we start with 4 or 5 strokes and by the end people talk themselves into 20 strokes. It's not going to happen the way we're playing.
Yeah, there has to be like maybe start at 15 or something like that and only go lower.
I like it. That's definitely a way.
That's a great idea. It's similar to how a Calcutta works in a tournament where teams get bid up. Obviously the more favorable team goes for a higher price and kind of vice versa for handicaps in this situation.
All right. Where do you want to socialize that? Wait to see the group and have just the group vote on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so whoever's in there, I
Because
wouldn't
obviously
want
I
to put
don't
it out
know
to all the
everyone
dad
in
bods.
dad bods yet, but you guys do.
Yep.
So I think that'd be more beneficial to, kind of gauge versus
think it
me
would be
saying
great to
that.
live stream it. Let people look at it and let people see and let people chime
You
in.
do it in like kind of this format, yeah,
Yeah.
and have the
Yeah.
captains call in. I mean, we can put all the captains in here of whoever's going to captain their team, a representative from each, and we can have it live streamed. I love it. That's what
Not
we're
even
doing.
that. Say, hey, we're going to
No,
go live on
we're doing
Facebook
it. Yeah.
we're going to go live on Facebook at 6:00. If people want to watch, they can watch and they can chime in through the chats and we can read them out and say, hey, this is what we think. I don't care if it's us three at a place where we're like, okay, all right, we see what everyone's saying and this is what we're going to go with.
Right.
I like
Do
that.
it
I
from
think that's
HQ.
how
We can
all
have an
drafts should
HQ.
be.
Anyone who wants to be there, we can do
Yep.
it at HQ, and everyone
Yep.
else can call in.
Yep.
I love it.
I like it. I think that's how all drafts should be, because it makes the players play a little bit harder.
Makes everyone accountable.
Yeah, maybe win another mug.
Maybe win another mug. So right now, the way I'm looking at it, and this is a committee, right? I'm not just a dictator here. So the way I'm looking at it is front, back, total, and based on obviously stroke play. So team stroke play, front, back, and then closest to the pin in the front on whatever par 3 and the back whatever par 3. Kind of keeping it simple. The way we use 18 birdies in this tournament, everyone will have a scoreboard they can look at as they're driving. When we did this last year, you just hit that little leaderboard and it shows where everybody is, what hole they're on. It's so you know what you need to get it, and the pressure starts to mount as you keep going. So I think we're going to kind of stick to that type of format still. That's where the cash prizes will go to, or we'll just do cash or gift certificate prizes. I was going to show up with clubs and drivers and stuff like that, but people like what they have, and getting forced to use something else is kind of weird.
Cash is king.
Cash is king. Cash or gift card, something like that, because I want them to spend it on golf. I don't want them to get a cash thing and then go blow it on basketball of all things, right?
Hey, easy. Me and Darrien do that. Well,
Yeah,
Darrien does that.
Now that I can't do it, I don't want anyone to do it. Any other thoughts on the 2v2? So scramble, stroke play, we've already have commitment. So we want to max out. It's limited. So one of the things that's important to know is if you're in the league, you get priority, of course, but you have to be a dad bod member to play in the 2v2. And what does that really mean? That really means you have to go on the website, sign up to be a member, and this group right here approves. Most of the time you get referred in. Referrals are an easy way in. We just want to make sure that everyone's in there. They're like-minded people, right? They're in there for the right thing. If you're in here to win a tournament, if you're in here to win every month, then you're not in here for the right reasons. That stuff comes with just working and whatever happens. So got to be a member. www.dadbodsofgolf.com. Right on the first page, just join membership and then reach out. And then if you have a team of 2, hit us up. We filled 32 in May. Last year we had 16. So somewhere in between there, we'll start with 60 times and we can get up to 8 if we need to, is I think a good number. So 12 to 16 teams. What are you guys' thoughts?
Yeah, I like it. Real quick, Foss, what is membership for 2026?
To be a dad bod member next year and not included in the league, it's not going to be much, but it's going to be covering the cost. So it'll be $10 to join next year. So just the basic membership to get involved and be able to attend the parties and the side events and the tournaments. The membership fee next year will be $10. This year it's nothing. Just even if you don't want to play this year and you can't play this year, just get the free membership this year, because it's not going to be a redo next year. If you're in, you're in. $10.
I'd say $10 is worth the price to see Adam set up.
Yeah. Just to get in there and see the barn. Yeah, 100%. Yep. Just the opening party alone is worth the $10 ticket. And I'm telling you, the barbecue it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be nice.
Mm-hmm.
One more thing to talk about for competition, and we're probably at some point going to get it handed to us, but I don't think it's anytime soon, Austin. So Austin and I are representing the dad bods. And we have a backlog of 2v2 people we're taking on. We already did the next gen nukes. We took what they can handle and we put them aside. We beat them. We do have BAG coming up this weekend. So we got 2 members of BAG coming up. Pretty sure we're just going to handle that and move that aside. We want to work our way up the chain. So we got the CW boys coming. They're giving us strokes at least. That'll be one of our 2v2s. At one point, Darrien, we're going to have to take on 2 of you.
Yep.
Give us a little bit. We need to sharpen our skills a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then, someone we've lost in the last week or so here, That's a big member of the basketball community here in New Hampshire. I also do a harvest tournament. I got lucky enough to get invited a couple of years ago, and it's a private tournament in Concord at the end of the year. It's the first weekend in November, and Dave Bonner is a big part of that too. So I know the whole harvest group is feeling the loss of Dave. And Austin, if I know you're even closer than I am to the Bonner family, if you want to kind of say anything.
Yeah, no, I love Dave Bonner. Growing up, when I used to do Bonner camp with him, and he was always a great guy. Always made sure that I was always taken care of. Every time he would go get lunch, he'd ask me, if I wanted lunch. Every time I see him, he'd go out of his way to come see me. So great guy. I can't say enough good things about him. Lost a good one.
He's done so much for basketball around here, and better than that, he's a better guy. So with all that said, Luke and Austin have been in contact, and we're looking to cap off our year once we get our confidence up. Well, I don't know if we can get too much higher, but once we get better, I should say. Once we get a little bit better at the end of the year, we're going to take on Luke and Matt and on a 2v2 scramble match play. So that should be fun. Look out for that. Hopefully by then we'll have enough people to do our video side of things. So with that being said too, out there to anyone who's looking to get into the video side of things and kind of record golf stuff and do some editing and get into the social media side of it. That's one of the things we're missing in this group.
Yes.
We have a lot of hardworking individuals that love golf and good characters. We need some technical expertise in the background. So if you're into the videography stuff and you like doing some editing and social media and you want to get involved with the dad bods of golf, just DM Austin or I, and we'll work from there.
Hey, and I'm never opposed to a 3v3 either. We got Darrien on our side over here.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there.
Hey, we needed to, right? We needed to get somebody that was good. We needed our Fat Perez, right? So I hate to say Darrien's our Fat Perez, but Darrien's our Fat Perez, and I guess that
without the fat part.
Yep. I put the bod in dad bod.
Yeah. Without the real dad, dad bod's a mentality. Has nothing to do.
Yep.
You don't have to be a
mentality.
dad to be a dad bod. You just have to be chilling, ready to go. All right, boys. Kind of doing some circling around in case I missed anything. Darrien, anything I missed? Any parting shots?
So in my family, when you beat someone and you aren't with them, we call that a no-see-em. So I'll be looking out for you guys. So whenever you're ready to take us on,
All right.
the Kings are ready.
All right. And again, I bet you we'll put you like 4th or 5th on the list. We need to get a couple more wins under our belt. So
And you
we'll
guys
get
gotta
one
think
this
about how many
weekend.
strokes
We'll
you're
get
gonna
one
give
next
us.
week. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, you guys, we have to think about some stroke system too, because
Yeah,
it's
probably
just
about
too
like
big
two
a
aside.
gap.
Aside
2 aside. Okay. All right. It's better than 0 aside.
to a hole, you mean?
And I'd start letting your dad know this is coming. I don't know if he watches the podcast, so he might not hear all the trash talk, but let
I'll
him know
tell
it's
him.
coming.
I'll
All
send
right.
him the link.
And he saw Austin and I play. We played with him like last week, so he knows he's
Yep.
not going to be too worried, but we're getting better every day.
Yep. He said he had a great time with you guys, though.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, he's
Trying to get back out
awesome.
there with him again.
Absolutely. Boss, any parting shots?
Oh, just you guys that I put you guys at the top for the rankings. You guys got to step it up. That's my thing for this one. But nope,
You'll see next month.
I'll change it around for you.
Awesome. Well, everyone who's out there, thanks for joining another episode of the DBoG Show. You can find us on social. You can find us at www.dadbodsofgolf.com, and make sure you subscribe. All right. Look, we haven't really tried to push people that are subscribing, or we haven't tried to get too much into the follower side of it. And we've just been doing this for the league and for fun, but what the hell? Let's get some people to subscribe here. Let's go. Subscribe.
Yep. I think
like it.
I think it helps
comment.
if you say
know
smash
what
that
else.
like button or
Smash
smash that like
Smash
button.
that
See?
like button.
Yeah,
There
That's
it
why
is.
we need Darrien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works
Yeah,
every
we do
time.
that.
Smash
That's
that
why he's the
subscribe
king.
button.
He's the king. All right. See you, everyone.
Later, boys.